and I'm a landscape painter. I was born in West Yorkshire. I was very lucky actually, because our next door neighbour was an art teacher, and I think she was quite encouraging from early on. I think she noticed that I was interested, and so she was interested, which I'd not thought about really until recently, but I thought I was quite lucky that somebody when I was so young was just sort of nudging me along a little bit.
How did your time at Bradford College of Art and Falmouth College of Art contribute to your development as an artist?
I'd done an exhibition when I was living in the Hebrides at a church. We were offered, it wasn't derelict, it was semi-derelict, not in use as a church anymore, and we were offered by the owner, did I want to use it as a studio, because it was huge. I asked a poet on the island to join me, so we would work in there together, and we came up with the work, and it was all hung in there, and the exhibition kind of all married together as the building, the paintings and the poetry were all working with each other. And it was after I'd done that I realised when I was at Bradford College, I chose for my project to go and stay at the Buddhist retreat centre in Todmorden. Whatever happened whilst I was there was going to be the inspiration for whatever the work was going to be. After I'd done the church, I thought, aha, this is the thing. You've just, right back then, you were thinking, I need to just flip the page, just turn it, something new. There's something totally new, and you want to experience it and feed off of it.
Your artistic journey began in Yorkshire and has taken you to many diverse locations. How have these different landscapes influenced your approach to painting and your artistic style?
If you put me in a situation where there's just trees and grass and birds and other things to deal with, I'm much more capable of sort of opening the doors to be able to, I suppose, let that in as a inspiration. And some of that came from actually my parents choosing really stunning places to take us on holiday when we were young. And then I was lucky to find a partner who had the same sort of vision, who was a stonemason, so we used to travel the country together for his work. And then we decided to live on a narrowboat. Sometimes we were in the most beautiful places. We were 4 years on the narrowboat. Actually, we decided we'd like to live back on land so that I could actually get a studio together or have somewhere to paint that was of some sort. I mean, I did try and paint in the very front of the narrowboat, but you're talking about, I don't know, about 3 foot by 3 foot. It was not going to happen.
How nice though, what a nice environment to live in, and it's so nice that you've been able to do all these things. It's given you all this experience. Amazing. How do you approach the process of translating these places? Can you walk us through the process?
I'm not really an artist that chooses to sketch a lot. And I never can guess what's going to come out. There's never a pre-plan. Sometimes if I begin to paint, I might paint over it 5 or 6 times. It's a process of chance, but I think what I am doing all the time is trying to explain somehow. I think this is the challenge and the beauty of painting, is that although I've got no idea behind it, there's no set idea. I don't think to myself, I'll paint this today because this happened there and I want to tell everyone about it. The journey to get to it, it's almost trial and error, but what I do try and do is let the paint do the work.
The current artist in residence at Thorpe Parrott, how has the natural environment there influenced your recent works? And can you tell us a little bit more about the residency?
The residency is actually a direct sort of cry from me for this need for trees. I sort of realised we were going to the meadow, there's a meadow section, and I think everything at the time in there was yellow. And I thought, wow, in a month or two, this is going to be a whole patch of ground that's completely different colours, because the next flowers will have come up. I don't know if it's going to be red or blue, I don't know, but I just thought, gosh, that'd be a project, wouldn't it, if you chose to sort of try and document the changes. And actually, at the time, I hadn't really thought about the fact that there's 100 acres and, thousands of species. So I actually put a proposal to Lady Natasha Rottner at Thorpe Perrow and told her a bit about myself and my work and things and what my thoughts on it were. And I was really pleased when she said, yeah, we'd love to do that. It sounds great. I'm now in a situation where with this whole project, doesn't matter what time of year it is or what's happening at the Arboretum, there's no horizon. I come from this island where even if you're not at the sea, you're going to be looking at something tall that eventually becomes a loch. So you're still going to have this a horizon of some sort. I thought, wow, how freeing is that? There's no horizon line. This is like a revelation for my whole practice, because up to that point there'd always been a horizon line. The Arboretum is so juicy, and that's exciting for me because I want the parent to just try and sing this.
The last question to close our interview, how do you hope viewers take away from your work?
Occasionally you can be alone in a huge place that's in a natural landscape. I think that your senses heighten slightly and you're aware that you're in this wild place now. And for a lot of people, that is a huge jump from their usual comfortable environments. Essentially, though, when I paint landscapes, they're in celebration. Sometimes I think that we've got into a situation where the rest of life is so busy, so hectic, so even vibrant is a good word for it, because some of my work can seem, I like to use the earth colours a lot, but I do that on purpose because there's a celebration in that for me. To what the human being who's looking at it, the less clues I can give about what you're supposed to be doing in that place, the more that person gets a chance to work it out for themselves, I suppose.